Welcome to Home Care Business Insights, your go-to resource for exploring the many aspects of running a successful home care business. Whether you're an industry pro, new entrepreneur, or just curious about the industry, this podcast offers strategies, tips, and solutions to help you succeed. While AI-generated voices host the episodes, the insights are real and designed with your growth in mind. Let's dive into what matters most in building a thriving home care business. Now let's hear from our AI hosts.
Welcome back to Home Care Business Insights. We're diving into Season 1, Episode 4.
All right.
And you know what we're talking about today.
What's that?
Building a team that doesn't just clock in and out. They actually care.
Oh, nice.
This one's for all you entrepreneurs out there eyeing a home care franchise.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Happy employees mean happy clients.
Yeah.
And that translates to a business that truly thrives.
That's right. It's not just about filling positions. It's about creating a culture where your team feels confident, valued, and empowered.
Okay.
It's about turning your workforce into a powerhouse of passionate caregivers.
Okay, so picture this.
Yeah.
You walk into a home care business.
All right.
Not just any business, but one where the employees are genuinely happy.
Okay.
You could feel it in the air.
Yeah.
They're smiling, they're enthusiastic, they're attentive. And guess what? That positive energy,
Yeah.
it's infectious.
Absolutely.
Rubs off on everyone, especially the clients.
Absolutely.
And that's the kind of environment where clients feel truly cared for, not just like taken care of. It's about building genuine connections.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And think about it. In home care, those personal connections are everything. You're dealing with families at a vulnerable time in their lives.
Yeah.
They need to feel that trust and warmth.
That's very true. And that trust starts with your caregivers. When they feel confident and supported by their leadership,
Right.
it translates directly into the quality of care they provide.
Totally. You can't expect your caregivers to go above and beyond for clients if they don't feel appreciated and respected by their own company.
And that's where we bust that old myth about minimizing employee turnover just to save a buck.
Right.
Sure, saving money is nice, but the real benefit lies in the stability it creates for everyone.
Right.
Imagine a client who sees a familiar, friendly face every time they receive care.
Yeah.
That consistency builds trust and reduces stress for everyone involved.
That's so important, especially in home care. It's not like ordering a pizza where you don't really care who delivers it.
Right.
You're inviting these caregivers into your homes, into your lives.
Exactly. And when you have a stable workforce, your employees feel secure and happy.
Right.
They're less likely to leave.
Yep.
And your clients get that consistency that they crave. It's a win-win.
Plus, let's be real. Nobody wants to spend all their time hiring and training new people.
Oh, for sure.
It's a drain on resources and energy. It's much more efficient and effective to build a team that wants to stick around.
Couldn't agree more.
Right?
And you know what else is interesting?
What's that?
There's a direct link between employee happiness and productivity.
Okay.
A recent Slack survey actually found that 82% of employees believe engagement is key to their productivity.
Wow.
So if you invest in your team's well-being, they'll be more engaged, motivated, and productive. And ultimately, that benefits everyone.
82%. It's huge.
Huge.
So we've established that happy employees lead to a better customer experience. But how do we actually make that happen? How do we build that trust and confidence within our teams? I mean, it's easy to say happy employees, but how do you actually get there?
Right. It takes more than just good intentions. It requires a strategic approach.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful tools is fostering open dialogue. What I mean by that is implementing regular employee surveys to gather feedback and show your team that their voices actually matter. It's like saying, hey, we value your opinion and we're committed to making this a great place to work.
So it's about making employees feel heard, not just talked at.
Absolutely.
Because let's be honest, nobody likes feeling like they're just a cog in the machine.
Exactly. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
And one of the most tangible ways to show your employees that they're valued is by offering competitive salaries and benefits. That's a no-brainer, right?
Well,
it demonstrates your commitment to their well-being.
Absolutely. And you know what else is a smart move? Investing in ongoing training and professional development for your team.
Absolutely.
This not only boosts their confidence and skills, but also shows that you care about their growth, both personally and professionally. It's a win-win. Employees feel empowered and your business benefits from their enhanced expertise.
It's all about creating a culture of continuous learning and improvement.
Right.
And while we're talking about investment, let's not forget the importance of work-life harmony.
Right.
Promoting a culture that supports a healthy work-life balance shows that you care about your employees as people, not just workers.
Right.
It fosters loyalty and helps prevent burnout.
Right, because nobody wants to work for a company that expects them to be chained to their desk 24/7.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that people have lives outside of work.
Absolutely. And finally, transparency is key.
Mhm.
Open and honest communication builds trust.
Yeah.
And makes employees feel like they're in the loop. It's about keeping them informed about company decisions, sharing both the good and the bad news. Yeah. Creating a culture where everyone feels connected and valued.
So we've talked about building confidence, open dialogue, and investing in your team. But what about compassion? How does that fit into the puzzle?
Compassion is essential, especially in the home care industry. It's about creating a culture of empathy and understanding where everyone from the leadership down to the caregivers genuinely cares about the well-being of others.
Okay.
Think of it this way. Compassion is like the secret sauce that transforms a good home care business into a truly exceptional one.
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure this secret sauce is infused into everything we do?
It starts from the top down. Franchisees need to model compassionate behavior, setting the tone for the entire organization.
So it's not enough to just talk about compassion. We have to actually live it.
Precisely. When employees see their leaders treating everyone with kindness, empathy, and respect, it becomes the norm. It sets the standard for how everyone interacts with each other, with clients, with families.
It's like creating a ripple effect of positivity.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this compassionate culture has a direct impact on employee morale and engagement. When caregivers feel cared for and supported, they're more likely to go above and beyond for their clients.
That makes sense. Because let's face it, nobody wants to work for a company that treats them like a number. People crave connection and meaning in their work.
Absolutely.
So it's about tapping into that inherent compassion and creating an environment where it can flourish.
Right. And one of the best ways to do that is by empowering employees and giving them a voice.
Can you give me an example of what that looks like in practice?
Sure. Think about implementing regular check-ins with caregivers, not just to discuss their tasks, but to ask how they're doing, what challenges they're facing, and how you can support them.
So it's about fostering a culture of open communication where employees feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you actively listen to your employees and take their feedback seriously, it shows them that you value their input and that you're committed to their well-being.
And that builds trust.
Yeah.
Which is essential for any successful team.
Absolutely. Trust is the foundation of a strong and cohesive work environment. When employees trust their leaders, they're more likely to be engaged, productive, and committed to the company's mission.
So we've talked about confidence, compassion, and trust. But what about stability? How does that play into building a strong team and creating a positive customer experience?
Stability is crucial, especially in home care. Think about it from a client's perspective. They're entrusting you with the care of their loved ones, often during a very vulnerable time in their lives.
They need to feel confident that their loved one will be cared for by someone who knows them, who understands their needs, and who will be there for them consistently.
Precisely. And that's why minimizing employee turnover is so important. When you have a stable workforce, clients get the benefit of familiar faces and consistent care.
It's about creating a sense of security and continuity, which is so valuable in this industry.
Exactly. And for employees, stability means feeling secure in their jobs, knowing that they're part of a team that values them and is committed to their long-term success.
It's about creating a work environment where people feel like they can grow and thrive.
Right. And one of the key ways to foster stability is by offering competitive wages and benefits.
Makes sense. If employees feel like they're being fairly compensated and that their needs are being met, they're less likely to look for opportunities elsewhere.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the money. It's about creating a positive work environment where employees feel respected, appreciated, and valued.
It's about investing in your team and showing them that you're committed to their well-being.
Exactly. And that includes things like providing opportunities for professional development, offering flexible work arrangements, and promoting work-life balance.
It's about recognizing that employees are whole people with lives outside of work and supporting them in every way possible.
And when you create that kind of supportive and nurturing environment, it's amazing how it translates into a better customer experience.
Because employees who feel valued and respected are more likely to treat their clients with the same level of care and compassion.
It's a virtuous cycle, and ultimately, everyone benefits.
So we've covered confidence, compassion, stability, and trust. Is there anything else we need to consider when building a strong team in the home care industry?
There's one more element that's often overlooked, but it's absolutely essential: hope.
Hope? Tell me more.
In the home care industry, you're dealing with situations that can be challenging and emotionally draining. Caregivers are constantly facing the realities of aging illness and loss.
It takes a special kind of person to do this work.
It does. And that's why it's so important to cultivate a sense of hope within your team.
What do you mean by that?
Hope is the belief that things can and will get better. It's the light at the end of the tunnel.
And how do we foster that sense of hope in a profession that can be so demanding?
It starts with creating a shared vision, a sense of purpose that everyone can rally around. It's about reminding your team why they do what they do and the positive impact they're having on people's lives.
It's about connecting them to something bigger than themselves.
Exactly. And it's also about celebrating successes, both big and small, acknowledging and appreciating the hard work and dedication of your team.
When employees feel seen and valued, it gives them a sense of purpose and reinforces their belief that they're making a difference.
Right, and it's also important to provide opportunities for growth and development.
When employees see a path forward, when they know they have the potential to learn and advance, it gives them a sense of hope for the future.
And let's not forget the importance of recognizing and appreciating employees' contributions.
A simple thank you or a heartfelt note of appreciation can go a long way in boosting morale and fostering a sense of hope.
Absolutely. It's about showing employees that their work is valued and that they're making a difference.
So hope is not just a feel-good emotion. It's a crucial element of building a strong team and creating a successful home care business.
It's the fuel that keeps us going. The belief that things can and will get better, and when it's nurtured and cultivated, it can create a ripple effect of positivity that benefits everyone.
So with that, we've covered all 5 key elements: confidence, compassion, stability, trust, and hope.
These are the foundational principles that will set your home care business apart and create an exceptional experience for both employees and clients.
Remember, investing in your team is not just an expense. It's an investment in the success of your business and the well-being of everyone involved.
Now, as we move on to the next part of our deep dive, we want you to keep these 5 elements in mind.
Because they're not just theoretical concepts. They're practical strategies that you can implement in your own business to create a thriving and fulfilling work environment. So we've covered a lot of ground today talking about building a strong team in the home care industry.
We have.
It's clear that confidence, compassion, stability, trust, and hope are the cornerstones of a truly exceptional business. But how do these principles actually translate into real-world success?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's one thing to talk about these concepts, but it's another thing entirely to see them in action. So let's do a little thought experiment.
Right.
Imagine you're running a home care business where these 5 elements are deeply embedded in the company culture.
All right, I'm game. Walk me through it.
Okay. Your caregivers arrive each day feeling confident in their abilities, knowing they have the skills and support to handle any situation. They're not just clocking in and out, they're actively engaged and invested in their work because they feel valued and respected by their leadership.
They actually want to be there,
Yeah.
which makes a world of difference.
Exactly. And because you've prioritized stability, these caregivers have been with your company for a while. They've developed strong relationships with their clients and families, providing that consistent, reliable care that builds trust and peace of mind.
That familiarity is so crucial, especially when you're dealing with vulnerable individuals.
Absolutely. And because compassion is woven into the very fabric of your organization, these caregivers don't just meet the basic needs of their clients. They go above and beyond, treating each person with kindness, empathy, and respect.
Right.
They understand that they're not just providing a service, they're enriching lives.
They see the human being behind the diagnosis or the care plan.
Precisely. And perhaps most importantly, they bring a sense of hope to their work. They believe in the power of caregiving to make a positive impact, and that hope is contagious, spreading to their clients and families.
Okay, so now I'm picturing a client or a family member who's in need of home care services.
Okay.
They're probably feeling overwhelmed, stressed, maybe even a little bit scared.
Right, it's a natural response to a difficult situation. But then they meet this team of caregivers who embody confidence, stability, compassion, and hope. And suddenly they feel a sense of relief, knowing that their loved one is in good hands.
It's like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders.
Exactly. That feeling of trust and confidence translates into a customer experience that goes beyond simply meeting basic needs.
Yeah.
It's about creating peace of mind, knowing that their loved one is being cared for with dignity and respect.
That kind of customer experience is invaluable. It's what sets a truly exceptional home care business apart.
And it leads to loyalty, positive word-of-mouth referrals, and ultimately, a thriving business.
So it's a beautiful cycle. You invest in your team provides exceptional care, your clients are happy, and your business flourishes.
It all comes back to those 5 key elements: confidence, compassion, stability, trust, and hope. They're not just buzzwords. They're the foundation of a successful and fulfilling home care business.
So for all you aspiring home care entrepreneurs out there, remember this. Business success is about more than just profits and numbers. It's about making a real difference in the world. And in the home care industry, that difference is profound. It's about providing care, comfort, and support to those who need it most. It's about enriching lives, fostering connections, and building a legacy of care.
Well said. As you embark on your journey, let these 5 principles be your guide. Invest in your team, cultivate a culture of care, and watch your business thrive.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of home care. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring. And remember, building a successful business starts with building a strong, compassionate team. Until next time, keep making a difference.